Ladies and gentlemen, here we have another case study slash strategy breakdown. All right, we are really counting these up now. My name is George. I'm the founder of the paid search company. We spend $1 million a month on Google Ads. And in these videos, I post one of these a week. We break down specific case studies of specific brands and specific niches and show you the strategy behind how we achieve the results. So it's actually valuable and not just a flex, I promise. So let's jump into it here. Now, what is this brand in question? So this is a brand called protein.com. Crazy domain name. I know I think they literally own that. These guys are growing very rapidly in Europe. We are managing the UK side of the business. And obviously they're a supplement brand. They sell things like protein shakes, fat loss shakes, all kinds of different health products, right? Tanning drops, things like that. And they came to us in the start of this year, relatively speaking. So they've been with us for nearly a year, which is great. Our clients do love to stay with us. And they are scaling extremely hard on Meta, or they were scaling extremely hard on Meta. I think they still are, but they wanted to come to us to actually get Google going. The CMO was kind of running it himself, not doing too well, and so he wanted us to handle Google, as many brands do. They had about a £44 AOV at the time. Obviously had a good returning customer rate, good subscription value, etc., LTV, and they were just looking to build a new channel. Okay, and this is very topical, right? So many brands are over-reliant on Meta ads. They just scale with Meta. The ROAS is low, the AOVs are pretty low. It's just about profitable sometimes. Certain months it's not, with all the creative fees and the agency fees and the percentage of ad spend some of these agencies charge. And so it's nice for a brand to unlock a new scalable, profitable cold traffic acquisition channel, which is Google. If you're not running Google right now, you need to be, okay? And I'm gonna show you why. So this was where they were before us at the tail end of 2023, investing about 1.87K in spend for about 3.97K in revenue. And as you can see, their tracking was horrendously messed up. It says 640 conversions here. 640 times 44 is a lot more than they actually were making. So they came to us with terrible conversion tracking, which we also fixed. Not only did we fix the tracking, but we fixed the revenue as well. And in the month of August, I'm going to show you a more updated period as well, but we did especially well in August because they had quite a few summer products and they had a summer sale going. And so we were able to spend £14.6 thousand. By the way, this is pounds, not dollars, and produce £57.4 thousand. Again, this is what, 75,000, 80,000 USD, something like that. And so, and you can see the growth with which we were scaling, an extra 12K pretty much in revenue from the last month. So it's not just one of those Google Ads accounts that just stays flat every single month. You might be experiencing that yourself, and if you are, I highly suggest you book a call with me. This is where we're actually adding 5, 10, 15K a month every single month, okay? An extra 276 in sales as well. But we did scale down a little bit as we go into Q4, which sounds backwards, but for supplement brands, actually Q1 is their Q4, and so we've actually scaled down a bit. They're a little bit constricted on inventory, and they are really saving up for a huge scaling period in Q1, and I expect I'll do another video, hopefully about the huge success we have in January, February, when everyone's on their New Year's resolutions, etc. But this is the last 30 days, still really good results. Same amount of spend, more or less. We scaled back up, and we're doing about 50K still. So I mean, like 7K difference. It's not that much, even in a slower period. Okay, so I wanted to give you some up-to-date results and be 100% transparent there. Right. So now the meat and potatoes of this video is what strategy are we running? And to be honest with you, I'm going to keep things really simple. I'm literally just going to show you here the campaigns that we are using, because we are literally running 3 campaigns. We are using 3 campaigns to generate these kinds of results. Okay, these are the results that change your brand. I mean, 50, 60, 70K a month and extra revenue, it's not too shabby. If you're a 1 to 5 million a year brand, you are really going to feel that, especially with how profitable this is. Okay, this is a lot of ROAS, and so we're doing this with 3 campaigns. So it's very simple, and break down to you now. So why are we running 3 campaigns now? We've got multiple different strategies we run here at the agency. Some brands, we run different campaigns, we're in different countries, etc. Obviously, with this brand, we're constricted to the UK. So that's the first reason why we only have a few campaigns. The second reason why we only have a few campaigns is because if it isn't broken, don't fix it, right? I've got that quote down here. We launched this strategy at the start of this year when PMAX was a very reliable campaign type. Now, if you've watched any of my recent videos, we're moving more towards standard shopping. But we launched a very heavy PMAX structure, and quite simply, it continues to work, okay? Sometimes there's no need to change things up. There's no need to, rip everything up here and change all the campaigns, because we're getting a 3x ROAS on this campaign, a 4x ROAS on this campaign, a 4x ROAS on this campaign. The KPI target is like a 2 to 2.5. So, we just have tons of room to scale here. There's no point changing anything. But, this is a very reliable strategy if you are looking, for a simple PMAX automated approach, and you're not looking to go too crazy with complicated standard shopping campaigns. If we were managing the account now, if we took this account on now, we would do something different. We would prioritize more standard shopping. There would be a bit more complexity, but this is a perfectly valid approach, okay, if it works for you. So, we've got an index PMAX campaign, which essentially means the best sellers, okay? Within GMC, we have custom labels applied to the different, at the product level in terms of performance. So we've identified the products that are at this goal, ROAS goal or above, and we are currently scaling those very heavily with a low T ROAS, because we want to we have a T ROAS, by the way, of way less than 3. I think it's at about 2 or 2.5, and you can see that the campaign is achieving above that, okay, which is great. So, if we want to scale more, we'll push this even further lower to sort of like 1 to 1.5, okay? We also have branded search, of course, on target impression share. You don't want to be running any other bid strategy here. You want to be only running target impression share. Why? Because, your branded campaign is defensive. It's not a conversion-focused campaign. The idea is for you to protect your brand name against competitors who are bidding on you. You don't want to be focused on conversions. You're going to end up paying way too much for your brand name in terms of CPCs. And then the final campaign here is a reactivation campaign. So pretty much for the zombie products or the underperforming products that aren't getting a lot of spend, and we've got a pretty high T ROAS on this one. That's why it's not spending nearly as much, because we're telling Google, hey, only go after these customers if you can get them at sort of 3x plus, right? And these guys have a pretty wide SKU count. I mean, over 100 SKUs at least. I think we're probably in the multiple hundreds there. So, if that's the case, then this is why this structure works. You might be asking, well, George, why are you running PMAX? Should I run this now? PMAX is great if you have a high SKU count, okay? I still recommend brands run PMAX because you're never going to be able to optimize all of your products yourself in a standard shopping campaign, because that's what you kind of have to do. You have to apply different TROAS targets at the ad group level, bid adjustments, all of these things. PMAX does all of that automatically, okay? So if you have a high SKU count, PMAX is going to be very useful. I think the only thing that I would do differently in this account is keep the current structure that we have, but maybe layer on a bit more standard shopping for those really best-selling SKUs. And in Q1, that's exactly what we'll do when we're actually actively trying to really scale. But right now, this is working beautifully. So I'm going to leave this video here. If you are looking to get a completely free action plan for your brand on how we can implement this in your own ad account, then you can click the first link down below to book a one-to-one call with me. I'll get a bit of context around your brand, and we will implement that action plan for you within 24 hours for free, and you can get a full context on how you can either launch Google Ads or optimize your existing Google Ads to make more money. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.